All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to our elder apostles, a great millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful members of the elect, the Bacharim, the house of David, that has been preordained, predestined to get delivered in these last times and to be the ruling, governing body of the nation of Yasha'Allah. I'm your brother Partham, and I'm with
your brother Tazawan.
and we are here fellowshipping, and we want to get into a lesson on who created the ICBMs, and why were they created, okay? And we can answer the second question first. Why were they created? Well, the Most High penned the minds, all right, of these nuclear scientists in the minds of men to create these missiles. So that's how America will be judged, all right? They put it in the minds of these scientists so America will be judged with nuclear fire. That's how America is going to go out. It's going to be destroyed by nuclear fire, okay? It's all from on high, you see? It's all part of his program, all right? It's all part of his program, okay? But get that scripture, Isaiah 54th.
This is Isaiah 54 and verse 16. Behold, I have created the smite that bloweth, smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Now, your smith is an artificer, or you can say a nuclear scientist today, all right? A blacksmith in the ancient days created weapons of war, all right? Shields, you see? Now, your modern day smith is a nuclear scientist, you see? I'll read that one more time.
Isaiah 54 and verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
And that you see, that bloweth the coals in the fire, all right? That's talking about the ICBMs, all right? Your atomic bombs, all your missiles, really, okay? But we know that the way this is going to go out is through the ICBMs, which stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missiles, all right? Continue.
And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
Right.
And
yeah.
Can I have created the wasters to destroy?
Right, the wasters to destroy, all right? And there was a quote by one of these physicists, Oppenheimer, who said, "I become the destroyer of worlds." So we're going to get into a little background, all right? It's called the Manhattan Project, okay? Now listen closely too, brother. The Manhattan Project, okay? This is when they first started to develop, atomic bombs, okay? And that would later allude to ICBMs, all right? So it says the Manhattan Project was a research and development undertaking during World War II that produced the first nuclear weapons. And how did America win World War II, especially against Japan? They dropped the atomic bombs on them, Little Boy and Fat Boy, on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and it was other cities as well they dropped bombs on, all right? That's what made America a great, fearful nation, a powerhouse, okay? It says it was led by the United States with the support of the United Kingdom and Canada from 1942 to 1946. The project was under the direction of Major General Leslie Groves of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. A nuclear physicist, Robert Oppenheimer, all right, who I mentioned earlier, was the director of the Los Alamos laboratory that designed the actual bombs. All right, and Oppenheimer, that's a German name. Okay, that's the Timonites. You see, Timon. All right, which go back to Esau, Edom. That's one of his sons. All right, one of the tribes of Esau, and they are the smartest ones. All right, they're very intelligent. It says the army component of the project was designated the Manhattan District as its first headquarters were in Manhattan, which is in New York. The place name gradually superseded the official code name. Development of substitute materials for the entire project. Along the way, the project absorbed its earlier British counterpart, tube alloys. The Manhattan Project began modestly in 1939, but grew to employ more than 130,000 people and cost nearly $2 billion. All right, over 90% of the cost was building factories to produce fissile material, with less than 10% for development and production of the weapons. Research and production of the weapons research and production took place at more than 30 sites across the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada. Right, and as you can see, that's that mushroom cloud. This is the Trinity test. You can see it too, but let me put up the screen. That's that mushroom cloud. The Trinity test of the Manhattan Project on 16 July 1945 was the first detonation of a nuclear weapon. Okay, so actually give me Revelation, the 6th chapter, verse 15. All right, because that's a mushroom cloud that's caused by a nuclear missile or an atomic bomb that has been detonated, and the scriptures liken it unto a scroll rolled together. A scroll rolled together. That's what John, the Revelator, saw on the island Patmos when he was in prison. All right, he saw these nuclear missiles. He saw the atomic bombs. Okay, he saw World War I, World War II, and World War III.
You said 16?
No, Revelation 6, verse
6,
15.
6, 6 and 15. Okay, this is Revelation 6 and verse 15. And it reads, And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains.
Oh, actually, I'll go up a few
14?
verses,
Okay.
maybe 13.
13. Revelation 6 and verse 13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth.
Right, the stars of heaven that fell on the earth are what? The ICBMs, all right, the nuclear missiles. Okay, continue.
Even as a fig tree causeth her intimately figs when she is shaken.
Is that the right word? Let me see. Untimely.
Untimely? Okay, I see it. Untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
Right, so, these missiles are going to hit America. They're going to detonate and cause, that radiation, that mushroom cloud, and ultimately the nuclear fire, all right, which this place America will burn, all right, and it'll be destroyed within 1 hour. Continue.
Verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
Right, the heavens, the sky where the birds and the planes fly, all right, the scroll rolled together. John the Revelator was seeing this, as you can see on my screen, all right, as an example. Okay, but that mushroom cloud, when that missile detonates, it forms that mushroom cloud, all right, that reaches to the outer atmospheres, all right. It looked like a scroll rolled together. He was describing it the best way he could, you see.
And every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
Right, and America will be destroyed 100%, all right. These mountains, you know, these lakes and islands, all right, they'll all be destroyed with America. Okay, so was that it?
Verse 15.
No, that was it.
Okay,
All right, so it says active from 1942 to 1946. This is the project, Manhattan Project, disbanded in August 15th, 1947. All right, it was the U.S., the United Kingdom, and Canada. Okay, the branch was the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. The headquarters was in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, U.S. All right, let's go down. Okay, it says two types of atomic bombs were developed concurrently during the war: a relatively simple gun type fission weapon and a more complex implosion type nuclear weapon. The Thin Man gun type design proved impractical to use with plutonium, and therefore a simpler gun type called Little Boy was developed that used uranium 235, and uranium and plutonium are one of the ingredients for a nuclear missile. All right, Iran has a lot of uranium. All right, in that region. Actually, let me get this real quick. I was looking it up. It says 17 report from the International Atomic Energy Agency, Iran's stockpile of uranium enriched to 20% uranium 235 is 114 kilograms, up from 85 kilograms documented in the agency's prior report. Let me skip down. Uranium, Iran is believed to have a large reserves of uranium to use a nuclear fuel in different parts of Iran, including Bandar Abbas, Yazd, North Khorasan, and Iranian Azerbaijan. All right. So Iran has a lot of uranium resource. Okay, you see, and another place is Kazakhstan. All right, Kazakhstan has a lot of uranium resources over there. You see, so now let's go back. It says, and therefore a simpler gun type called Little Boy was developed that used uranium 235, an isotope that makes up only 0.7% of natural uranium. Since it was chemically identical to the most common isotope, uranium 238, and had almost the same mass, separating two proved difficult. All right, all right. So that's how you know what the ICBM is made out of. In the atomic, it's made out of uranium, plutonium. All right, and the splitting of an atom, causing that fusion. Okay. Um, let me go down. Actually, let me go down. Origins. Okay, I might do a lesson on the Manhattan Project, so I'll get more into this. But it says the discovery of nuclear fission by German chemists Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann in 1938, and its theoretical explanation of Lise Meitner and Otto Frisch made the development of an atomic bomb a theoretical possibility. There were fears that a German atomic bomb project would develop one first, especially among scientists who were refugees from Nazi Germany, those Timonites, and other fascist countries. In August 1939, Hungarian-born physicists Leo Szilard and Eugene Wigner drafted the Einstein-Szilard letter, which warned of the potential development of extremely powerful bombs of a new type. It urged the U.S. to take steps to acquire stockpiles of uranium ore and accelerate the research of Enrico Fermi and others into nuclear chain reactions. They had it signed by Albert Einstein and delivered to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt called on Lyman Briggs of the National Bureau of Standards to head the advisory committee on uranium to investigate the issues raised by the letter. Briggs held a meeting on the 21st, October 39, which was attended by Szilard, Wigner, and Edward Teller. The committee reported back to Roosevelt in November that uranium would provide a possible source of bombs with a destructiveness vastly greater than anything now known. All right, so let's go into the origins of how the Manhattan Project was started. You see, so let me get another tab. Okay, it's doing research. All right, it says I typed in who created the first ICBM, and it says the first practical design for an ICBM grew out of Germany's V2 rocket program. The liquid-fueled V2 designed by Werner von Braun and his team was widely used by Nazi Germany from mid-1944 until March 1945 to bomb British and Belgian cities, particularly Antwerp and London. Okay, but we know that the atomic bomb was created during the Manhattan Project. Okay, now who created the first ICBM? All right, what the fuck, man? Brought this up. All right, who developed the first ICBM? From 1954 to 1957, Soviet rocket designer Sergei Korolev headed development of the R-7, the world's first ICBM. So Russia was actually ahead of America. All right, they created the atomic, but Russia created the first ICBM. All right, and Russia focused more on creating missiles and nuclear weapons. All right, nuclear missiles. Okay, America focused more on making other military weapons, anti-missile defense systems, rockets. Fighter jets. Okay, it says so because America had a great air force, you see, and a great navy, but Russia focused more on making missiles. It says successfully flight tested in August 1957, the R-7 missile was powerful enough to launch a nuclear warhead against the United States or to hurl a spacecraft into orbit. All right, now America, they created theirs. It says were first deployed by the United States in 1959. Okay, so a few years after Russia created theirs, and continued to be a critical weapon in the American nuclear arsenal today. ICBMs have ranges between 6,000 to 9,300 miles, making virtually any target in the world vulnerable. Okay. Um, Here's America's first ICBM. The SM-65 Atlas was the first operational ICBM developed by the United States and the first member of the Atlas rocket family. It was built for the U.S. Air Force by the Convair Division of General Dynamics at an assembly plant located in Kearny Mesa, San Diego. Okay. The first ICBM again in Russia was created in 1958. All right. The United States followed the next year later, and China some 20 years later. All right. So Russia was first in creating the ICBM. We know that during the Manhattan Project, America was first in creating the atomic. All right. Which they're all of the same family. All right. These missiles. All right. These nuclear weapons. Okay. And the Lord put in the spirit of these nuclear scientists to create it, to blow the coals in the fire and to create the waster to destroy. That's these nuclear missiles, man. All right, you see, and it's all part of the Lord's agenda to destroy Esau, Edom, and his kingdom. All right, starting with America. All right, America will get the greatest destruction. All right, and other parts will be destroyed, like some parts of Russia. Okay, not the whole thing, but because America's gonna push their button to detonate those nuclear missiles. You know, they're gonna launch off. They're gonna come out the silos and launch off. That's why John the Revelator said in what Revelation the sixth chapter, and the stars fell from heaven. You see, because they're gonna come out the silos and be launched off into the outer atmospheres and come down. You know, it shows you that in the Terminator, the Judgment Day, how they look like. You know, it look like a bright light. You see, that's that rocket. You see. So give me Second Esdras, the sixth chapter. I mean, the 16th chapter. I believe. Let me see. Maybe around the 12th verse, talking about that bow and the arrow. Second Esdras 16.
I think 13.
Yeah, that's it. 13.
Second Edges 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
Now, the bow are the silos. Okay? America is going to be destroyed 100%. All right? Give me real quick Revelation 18. Means, yeah, 18, verse 8. Okay, but America's going to be pushing their nuclear missiles as well to be launched off. It's going to hit Israel. It's going to hit some parts of Russia. All right? But America's going to get that full indignation. All right? That fiery judgment. You know? All of America will be nuked.
This is Revelation 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Right.
Burned with fire.
Uh-huh.
For strong is the Lord Yahushua power, Yahushua power, who judges her.
Right. So one day this place is gonna be, one day that's gonna be on in World War III. All right, and that's gonna be when our Lord returns as well. This place is gonna burn and be nuked in one day and 1 hour. All right, and who's gonna nuke it? Nuke it. All right, Russia. It's America's opponent, but also America's own allies. Because they're gonna turn on America, the NATO and the EU. All right, the EU. All right, they're gonna nuke America. Give me Revelation 17, verse. Let me go with you. 17, verse I think 16. Yeah, 16.
Okay. This is the Revelation 17 and verse 16. And the 10 horns
Now the 10 horns are the EU. All right, the European Union. Okay.
which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked.
Right. You see? So they're going to turn on America. All right. It says the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, because NATO and the EU are part of the beast system. It's the Roman Empire revived all over again, compromised the NATO and the EU. The 10 horns are the EU. All right. The 7 heads are NATO. Okay. So they're going to turn on America. All right. America's own allies, the EU. You see?
And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Right. They're going to burn her with fire. That's them nuclear missiles, man. Okay. How can you prove that America is going to get nuked with missiles? Well, we just got Revelation 18, verse 8, but now go to Revelation 18, verse 9.
Mm-hmm. This is Revelation 18 and verse 9.
And read to 9.
Read
18, no, read to 10.
Okay, God. This is Revelation 18 and verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication.
Now, the fornication is a spiritual adultery, the customs, the way of life. It's democracy that America pushes out. Continue.
And live deliciously with her.
And this is the biggest consuming corporation in the world. Everyone makes money off America. The imports, the exports. All right. Continue.
She bewailed her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Now, how could you see the smoke of a whole nation burning? What can cause that? All right. What can cause that is only the only way that can cause a whole nation to burn, and that smoke is being seen all over the world. All right, from other people, is a nuclear missile. All right, and I was gonna say gigantic, but a detonation of a nuclear missile, man. All right, not even a natural fire can cause that, man. You see, but a nuclear missile, they're gonna see that the smoke of her burning. It's gonna be televised, and also John, we just got Revelation, the 6th chapter. John the Revelator saw the stars fall from heaven, the ICBMs, all right, because when they go out into space and that light, that sunlight illuminates off the metal, that's how he described it, all right? It looked like a star falling from heaven, okay? But the scroll wrote together, that is that mushroom cloud, okay? Was that it?
Verse 10 now. This verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
That's how America's gonna go out. All right. See, we live in the modern day. This is how war. This is how war is fought out with. All right, with nuclear missiles. All right, tanks and guns. You see, give me Isaiah 9 verse 5, and we'll go back to that second Ezra, the 6th chapter, 16.
This is Isaiah 9 and verse 5, and it reads, For every battle of the warrior, is with confused noise.
Right, because in the ancient days, you had the swords, all right, the ching, cling, clinging, or that iron going against iron. You had your shield, all right. It was up close and personal. You see, you had the bow and arrows, all right. So it was a lot of, in war, it was a lot of things going on all around you. All right, this man dying to your right. You got to stab this person, put up your shield. You know what I'm saying? Put your sword. That metal through his skin. All right, people dying. You see? Continue.
And garments rolled in blood.
Right. It was bloody, up close and personal, which I personally like.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Yeah, but this war, all right, this war that's going to take place, all right, it's going to be with fuel of fire, them ICBMs, okay? and that's how war is fought now. All right, ever since World War I, you have the guns, okay, you know that hot metal, all right. A little prior to that, ever since Esau started making weapons to really go against Gad, because Gad was too much of a warrior for Esau, fucking him up. So he came out with that Gatling gun, all right, you know, and they started to advance, all right, because remember Esau's blessing is with the sword. Your modern day sword is now the gun. So he started to advance, and with the help of Teeman, the Germans, all right, those nuclear scientists, they helped in that advancement, all right. Russia was the first one to create the ICBM, the Manhattan Project. America was the first one to create the atomic. That's how they ended the war with Japan in World War II. All right, you see, Oppenheimer was the face of that. You see, and his quote was what I became the destroyers of this destroyer of worlds. He was quoting from the Hindu, the Hindu their Hindu Bible. All right, he was quoting from like a Hindu book. Okay, but war is fought with guns, all right, missiles, and this World War III is gonna be fought the same way, all right. And the icing on the cake, the ending is gonna be the ICBMs. That's how America is gonna be destroyed, man. You see?
Want me to verse 6 too? All right, that was it.
No, that was it. Go to Second Esdras
Back
16. Read where you left off. Start early.
I think 13. I think 13.
Okay.
This is Second Ezra 16 and verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
The silos, when the missiles come out, they'll come out the silos. All right. Actually, let me just look it up real quick. Let me just hold that real quick, just so brothers know what I'm talking about. Type in a silo for you. Right. What the fuck? Let's see. Silo missile. Let me put that in. Missile silo. There we go. All right. Pick images so you brothers can know. You see that? That's a missile silo. You see? That's where the missiles are stored at. You see? Stored in. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, you see? Right there. That's where the missiles are stored at. And then once they push that button, so the rocket's gonna power up. They're gonna open it, the silo. They're gonna come out. That's that bow. Cause remember, you have that bow and that arrow. That's like the bow's like the resting place for that arrow, or the silo is the resting place for that missile. And that's where they're gonna come out of. You see? Continue.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp.
Right, the arrows of the missiles.
And shall not miss.
Uh-huh.
When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Into the ends of the world. Intercontinental ballistic missile. A continent. A missile that can travel from one continent to another. You see? Continue.
Verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth.
Right, you see? Because who are sending these plagues? Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. You see? This is all because of him. So we got who created the ICBMs, all right, and why were they created? Because it's all part of the Lord's agenda. This is how America is going to be destroyed, all right. This is it. It's the only way. You see? Hold that real quick. Actually, can you give me Habakkuk 2 verse 1? Start verse 1 and go back to that. Let me get this scripture.
This is Habakkuk 2 and verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Okay, keep going.
Verse 2. And the Lord Yahweh Shai answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Verse 3.
Hmm.
For the
So make it plain upon tables this truth, all right, and this word that we're reading, okay, and it's contained with what? Some of it's contained with history, with genealogy, okay, um, uh, wisdom, all right, and prophecy, okay. The Lord declared the end from the beginning, okay. Prophecy will scripture say that the Lord's words won't come back void. He said that this is going to happen. Continue.
verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Yeah, it's for an appointed time. The vision, that's prophecy. Prophecy means to tell you things that are going to happen in the future. All right. So this is all prophecy, according to the Most High. This is all part of His agenda. You see, according to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Mhm.
Was that it?
Not a little bit more. But at the end it shall speak.
At the end, it's going to speak. All right. It's going to be fulfilled. Okay. So this is why it's happening, because it's all part of the Lord's judgment. Okay. And America is wicked. All right. The reason why it's going to be destroyed as well is because America is wicked. The Lord had it up to here with this place. Give me Revelation 18 again. Let's go back. All right. So this is going to happen because the Lord said it's going to happen. All right. It's prophesied. Okay. But the Lord has a reason why. Because America is wicked. All right. For what they done to the Most High's children, the apple of His eye, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, what it promotes, sodomy. All right. Transformers and pedophilia, and ultimately they crucified the Lord, man. They set up that false image, they brought it over here, all right. They made the Most High look like a so-called white man. You see, you can be anything you want, the woman over you. This place is filthy, man, and it's gonna be fucking destroyed with nuclear fire.
Revelation. This is Revelation 18 verse 8.
No. uh Revelation 18 verse 5, it
Verse
reads
5.
a 6.
This is Revelation 18 verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Her sins have reached unto heaven, and thy power have remembered her iniquities.
Right, you see? So the sins of this place have reached unto heaven. The Most High has not forgotten what they done to Negroes. All right? You see? Man, they used to feed our babies to alligators, man. You know how cute Jake babies are, man. All right, this devil used to hang us and lynch us, man. He used to cut the womb out the woman and see who will die first, the baby or the woman. And we're gonna get you Edomites, man. All right? That's king talk. You got Jake, simple-minded Jake, that say, man, that was in the past. No, the Lord hasn't forgotten. We haven't forgotten. All right? We're going to get back at you heathens and you Edomites, man. And we're going to do double.
Verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you,
Mm-hmm.
and double unto her, double according to her works.
Right, it's right, man. Okay? So this place is going to get fucking nuked, man. America. All right? You Edomites want to go gung-ho. America going to be fucking nuked, man. All right? It's around the corner. We seeing World War III popping up, Russia on the border of Ukraine. This place, it's on its way out, man. All right? You Edomites going to be slavery, man. And the Most High hates you. And He's going to put His anger in us. So if you don't like this, get the fuck off my channel, man. All right? Hey, we real kings and we real men back here, man.
In the cup which she had filled, filled, that's like it, filled to her double.
Right, man.
Filled to her double.
Come on, you got it, King. That was good. Yeah, man. Filled to her double. This place gonna be fucking wiped out, man. All right? And you gotta want that. All right? That's a bitch-ass spirit if you don't want this place to be nuked, man. You see? Where was we at?
I think you wanted to go back to second Esdras. I'm not sure.
I think I was in oh no, I was gonna get Jeremiah real quick. You see? Because America it's on its way out, man. All right, I'm gonna get Jeremiah real quick. Because Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, when it talks about this Babylon, it's not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about Slakia. Let me rephrase that again. It's when Jeremiah the 50th chapter is talking about this Babylon. It's not talking about ancient Babylon, because it goes into how this place will never be inhabited again, or Babylon. It will never be inhabited only by desert creatures. All right, it's gonna be destroyed. Well, ancient Babylon's where? All right, in the Mesopotamian area. All right, over there near Iraq, little bits of Iran in that region. You see, all right, in the Mesopotamian area, which the word Mesopotamia, meso meaning between or in the middle, and potamos meaning river. So between the rivers, between what? The Tigris and Euphrates. It's not talking about that place. It's talking about America over here. All right, the land of the north. You see? So this is Jeremiah 50, verse um 39. Therefore the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the islands shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Real quick, give me Isaiah 13. Okay. Isaiah 13, verse let me see.
Maybe 11. I'll let you read 14.
Hold on. Start at verse 10 and then jump to verse 13.
Okay. This is Isaiah 13 and verse 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations,
Constellations, yep. That's like the stars.
Mhm. Constellations thereof shall not give their light.
Mm-hmm.
The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
And why is that gonna happen? Because when the nuclear missiles detonate and that smoke is gonna cover the skies, the atmospheres, man. They call it a nuclear winter, you know. All right, it's gonna be like that for a moment, for a bit, but then eventually it's gonna clear up. All right, just like right now it's cloudy. We can't see no stars. It might be like this for a few days, but eventually it clears up. Okay. Remember that smoke last year that covered the whole sky, California? Yeah. We couldn't see stars for like a few weeks almost, but eventually cleared up. So how much more when a fucking nuclear missile hit? It's gonna cause a nuclear winter. That smoke is gonna cover the atmospheres, but eventually it'll clear up, and that's when the kingdom of heaven is gonna be established. It's gonna be all good from there, man.
Can't wait.
Verse 13.
Mm-hmm. Isaiah 13.
You gotta vision this, brothers. Vision what the scriptures are saying. All right. Continue.
Isaiah 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place.
What's gonna cause the earth to shake is them ICBMs. All right. 200 million are gonna hit America alone. You see, America's gonna push its buttons to hit certain places as well, like Israel. All right. So it's gonna be some shit. It's gonna be some shit, man. All right. It's gonna cause tectonic plates to move and shift. That causes earthquakes. All right, tsunamis to form, volcanic eruptions. It's gonna be a one crazy day on Earth, man. Continue.
In the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shai of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger.
Right, and that's when Yahweh Shai is gonna return. You see, and deliver the elect and laser beam this place before the missiles hit. You see. Jump to now verse 19 and read all the way to Hold on, let me pause this real quick. So give me Isaiah 13, verse 19.
It's Isaiah 13, verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellence shall be as when thy power overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Now, how did the Most High destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? By fire and brimstone. All right. You see, can you get that for me? How Sodom and Gomorrah, just put Sodom, fire and brimstone, KJV, and just read that scripture. Because that's the same way this place is going to go out. And this place is likened unto Sodom and Gomorrah for all these alphabet groups. All right. This place is just getting more fagged out, man. All right. All these faggots, man. Excuse my French, But hey, we real men, we just calling it like it is.
This is Genesis 19, verse 24. Then the Lord Yahweh Shai rain upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah, brimstone and fire from the Lord Yahweh Shai out of heaven.
Right. And seeing Lot was delivered with his two daughters, you see. His Lot's wife looked back, turned to a pillar of salt. But that's how the Lord judged this place, man. They were so wicked, man. They were trying to rape them two angels. Like, fuck. Hamites, man. Faggots, man. All right, excuse my French, but I'll use another word. Gotta be seasoned on here, but twinkle toes, man. All right, you see. So the Lord's gonna do the same thing. Shall it says in Babylon, the glory kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, fire and brimstone. Continue on verse 20 now.
Verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
Mm.
Neither shall the Arabian, pitch tents, tent there.
You see, so this place is never going to be inhabited by people, all right? But desert creatures it will. The Arabians shall not pitch tent here, because you know how you got these heathens setting up shop in our neighborhoods, you know? You got Ishmaelites with their little stores selling Jake abominable shit, cigarettes, you know? Got Elam over here and shit. Hurry up and buy, Continue.
Neither shall the
Shepherds.
shepherds, make their fold there.
Uh-huh.
Verse 21, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there,
Mhm.
and their houses shall be full of
Doleful
doleful
creatures.
creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and strays shall dance there.
It's pronounced it right. And satyrs
Satyrs
shall dance there. Continue.
Satyrs, yeah. Verse 22, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry, and the desolate houses.
Yep.
And dragons in their pleasant places. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
You see? So desert-like creatures are gonna be there, man. All right. Looking up a doleful creature. These are like your doleful creatures, like your birds. You know. All right. You see? Let me get the meaning real quick. Doleful creatures. Let me get the definition. Doleful, expressing sorrowful, mournful, gloomy. All right. Like them like anteaters, those type of creatures are gonna be over here after the fire finally settles down. After who knows how long, man? Maybe eons and centuries. All right, Lord willing, you know. But let's go back to was that it? Go back to Jeremiah 50, verse. What was that? Um, right, verse 39. It says, therefore, the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the islands shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, which is the fire and brimstone, and the neighbor cities thereof, said the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Behold, a people shall come from the north, and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. That's going to Russia. All right. They shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not shew mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, every one put in array like a man to the battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon. And Russia's going to push their ICBM missiles to nuke this place too. All right. And these Russian soldiers, they're going to be over here as well, man. These UN troops, but these Russian soldiers, they're going to come over here. You've seen it in Call of Duty. All right. Remember they showed you? You always see in movies how Russian soldiers are over here. They're going to be over here as well. All right. The UN troops, these Russian soldiers, and they're not going to spare nobody. Okay. Give me real quick. Go back to Isaiah 13, verse 17.
This is Isaiah 13 and verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
You see? So as for, the Medes are the Russians. Keep going.
18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children.
Right. You see, that's talking about the Russian soldiers. They're gonna be over here as well, killing, man. Okay.
Mhm. Oh,
Uh, no, that was it. You know, that's the reason why. That's how America's gonna go out by ICBMs. We already got why, because it's part of the Most High's judgment towards His place. What it did to His children, the blasphemies and the wickedness it produces, spiritual adultery. You know, we got why how or who created the first ICBM. You know, going back to first the atomic bomb. All right, going back to the Manhattan Project, then alluded to the ICBM, which were the Russians first, and then America came the next year later. All right, you see, so hey, it's all part of prophecy, man. It's all part of prophecy, and yeah, man, this place is on its way out. You see, so Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. We like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Oh man, I forgot to did we read that second Esdras? My bad, Salakia. I was through the spirit. I just remember that right now. Maybe you just finished that out. Okay, the spirit just reminded me, so gotta take heed. You know, second Esdras 16 verse. I guess we're not done. Uh, I got it. 16 verse 14. Actually 15. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. Even so, the plague that shall not be sent upon earth shall not return again. And that's how America's gonna go out. So now we're done. All right. So Lord willing, again, this is an edifying lesson. We like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachah Kodash. Double honors to our elder apostles, a great millstone, and peace and salutation to the elect. With that, shalom.
Shalom.